Welcome to our step-by-step guide on how to evict squatters in Colorado. It's important to remember that owning property comes with rights, and nobody has the right to trespass or set up camp in a place that doesn't belong to them. Follow these steps carefully to ensure a smooth process. This isn't a TV show, this is real life with real consequences. So, let's roll up our sleeves and get down to brass tacks. We're going to lay out exactly how to get those squatters off your property legally and effectively. First things first, you need to make sure these people are actually squatters. Check your paperwork, your lease agreements, and your property records. Once you're positive you're dealing with squatters, you gotta give them the boot, legally speaking, of course. That means a written notice, clear as day, telling them to get out. Colorado has specific forms for this, JDF 99A, B, and C, depending on your situation. Make sure you're using the right form because, in my courtroom, ignorance is no excuse. The notice tells them exactly why and when they need to leave and how you're going to serve it to them. Do it by the book, or you'll end up back in my courtroom. So, you've given them the notice and they're still making themselves comfortable? Time to take it up a notch. We're talking about an eviction lawsuit, also known as a forcible entry and detainer suit. You'll need to fill out some forms, JDF 101 and JDF 102, and file them with your local county court. One wrong date, one missing signature, and you're back to square one. Once you file, the court will set a return date. This is when you and the squatters or their lawyer, if they've finally gotten smart, will meet in court. Now you can't just send the squatters a text message about the court date. You need to make sure they get the message loud and clear. That's where personal service comes in. You'll need copies of all those forms we just talked about, JDF 101, 102, 103, and 108, and you hand them over to the sheriff or a process server. The process server will complete the service, fill out a form called an affidavit of service, JDF 98, and give it back to you. File this with the court as proof that the squatters have been officially notified. Don't cut corners. The squatters have a chance to respond to your complaint. They can file their answer with the court or bring it with them on the return date. The form they need is JDF 103 eviction answer. If they don't respond by the return date, you might be able to get a default judgment, which means you win by default. Just because they decided to play house doesn't mean they have a right to be there. The day has arrived. You and the squatters, or their lawyer, will stand before the court. Sometimes the parties can reach an agreement right then and there. Maybe the squatters agree to leave willingly, or maybe you work out a payment plan if they owe you money. But, let's be realistic. Most of the time, these cases end up going to trial. If that happens, you'll need to file some paperwork to make it official, JDF 106A and JDF 106B. The trial is over, and the judge has made a decision. If the judge sides with you, congratulations. You've successfully evicted the squatters. The court will issue a writ of restitution. That's JDF 109 for those of you taking notes. This document gives you the legal right to get those squatters off your property. But remember, you can't just change the locks while they're at the grocery store. Take that writ of restitution straight to the sheriff's office. They're the ones who will handle the physical removal of the squatters. The sheriff will schedule a date and time to go to the property with the writ. If the squatters haven't already packed their bags and left, the sheriff will personally escort them off the premises. And that, my friends, is how you evict squatters in the great state of Colorado. And that's it. Follow these steps to ensure a legal and smooth eviction process. Remember, dealing with squatters can be tricky, so don't be afraid to stand your ground and fight for what's rightfully yours. But always, always consult with a legal professional. Every case is different, and what worked for one person might not work for another. Be smart, be prepared, and good luck.